have a new video. First things first, I guess a little update. I got a tattoo. I guess I'll put a picture of it like right here or something. That's what it looks like. And my friend actually drew it for me, and then, you know, like we brought it to a tattoo artist and he did it, but she drew it for me, so thank you, Michaela, if you're even watching this, but thank you for drawing it. So let's dive into this video. This video is actually going to be a story time video, which I've never ever done before, so I'm sorry if I'm bad at it. I kinda, when I tell stories, I take forever to tell them because I just want, like, the details that I'm saying. I want the person hearing the story to picture exactly like what happened. So I say a lot of details, so just be patient with me. I'm sorry. I might be repeating some stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen. Also, I got some banana bread. Always good for the soul. So let's get into it. So this story time will be about my first college party. First and foremost, I'm not in college. I will be going to a beauty school in like either November or January, so I'm not in college. So this college I went to was my friend's college actually, and she gave me permission and consent to be able to say her name. So this is my friend Megan. She goes to this college, which I'm not gonna say what college, but, and I went to visit her. I think it was like 2 weekends ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and like I stayed over and everything. So you know, I got there, we went out for food, we got like some Chinese food and stuff. We spent the day just kind of hanging out, and then around 10 o'clock we went to our first party. Okay, we like party hopped like 5 different houses, so it got pretty crazy. So the first house we went to, girls got in for free, so I obviously don't have it anymore, but you got like a little gold X on your hand. Okay, I kind of sort of changed the, fixed the lighting, I don't know. But anyways, the first party we went to, girls got in for free, so we got in for free obviously. We went with 3 other girls, which one of them was Meg's roommate. Let's just call her Stephanie. I call her Stephanie. So Stephanie brought 2 other friends, and Stephanie's friend drove for us. Let's say her name is Alyssa, I don't know. Another one of Stephanie's friends came. Let's call her Sarah. I don't know, I'm bad at coming up with names, okay? Me, Meg, Sarah, Stephanie, and Alyssa. I don't even remember if those are the names actually. So we went to the first party. Right when you walked in, there was like no room to move, because first of all, right when you walked in, there was like a freaking table of people playing beer pong. So we were like, okay, that's, I mean, yeah, no, it's cool. Once you got over into the living room, it was like, you really couldn't move. Like, we were like, okay, peace out. We get it for free, we have a mark on our hand, we can always come back if we don't like any other parties or whatever. By the way, there was like 3 or 4 other parties going on, like not on the same street, but just in the same, like around the university kinda. So first one out, let's just call that Blue House, okay? Hold on, let me eat some bread. So we left Blue House, and Alyssa drove us like she did. So the second house we went to, let's just call it Green House, because I don't know, we're just naming houses with colors now. That one was like inside and outside, like in the backyard. So mind you, actually Blue House was like on not a main street, but it had like no backyard or like fencing or anything. So Blue House, you had to be inside, and I think that's why it was so like stuffy. Like you couldn't even breathe in that house, and you couldn't even move. So I feel like that's why. But then at Green House, it was inside and in the backyard. So again, inside it was like you couldn't breathe. And to get into the party, you had to walk into the backyard and then into the house from the back door. I don't know why. So we went to that one. Alyssa drove us, and then Stephanie and Sarah came along too. So we went through the back, like to the backyard, and there wasn't a lot of people, but I mean there was, but it wasn't like packed in. It was just like people, you know. So we were like, okay, and we were like asking everyone like where are the drinks and stuff. So, and everyone was like inside by the door. So me and Meg went inside, but Sarah, Alyssa, and Stephanie stayed outside. And then they like slowly worked themselves inside, but me and Meg went straight to the drinks, and it was like, he was like the keg guy, right? He was like surrounded by people. I felt so bad. Like they were just like here you go, fill her up, and I was like, I'll wait, you know, like I don't care. I'm a nice person. I'll wait or whatever. But then Meg was like, no, put your cup in there, and I was like, okay, girl, I'll do it. We couldn't find any cups. And then we found these two other girls. Three other college girls. No, it was two. They couldn't find any cups either. So we were like bonding over that, I guess. Me and Meg were like, where are the cups? And everyone was like, outside. So we were like, okay, we're in line for drinks. There's like a ton of people behind us trying to get drinks too. We're not going outside to go find cups. So we turned around, and it was like, I guess the kitchen. It was so weird. There was like no separation though, but I remember a counter, and that's where we found a ton of cups, but they were like cups that people drank from previously. So, you know, us being ratchet, we tried to find the cleanest ones, and we ended up finding them, and the two other girls did too. So then we like, you know, gave the keg guy our cups, or we were waiting in line for them. And then when he was filling up my cup, I was like sweating, not from him, just because it was so hot in there. So when we were waiting in line, well, no, when he was filling up my cup, like I said, I was like, I decided to be bold, you know, and say something. I was like, are you sweating? Because I am. And he was like, no, I'm actually pretty cool over here. And I was like, how? He was literally like as close as this camera is to me, like, I was like, how are you cool? And I'm like sweating here. I don't understand. We finally got the drinks. It was Bud Light, and went out back actually. I just remember that at this one, excuse me, at the greenhouse. Oh my god. Hiccups. Sorry. So then Alyssa was driving still, and we were trying to we knew where the parties were, but we were trying to like find them. And as we were like driving to the parties, people were leaving the parties because cops showed up. So we were like, seriously? Then we went back to the blue house, believe it or not. We went back there, and at that one, me and Meg couldn't find cups again. We were trying to, this was so crazy. Like, imagine there's no window here and this was like a wall. Me and Meg were like this, just because we were trying to find cups. There were so many people, like I can't even explain. And the keg guy at that party was against the wall. Like he was like, It was crazy. When he was filling people's cups up, I was getting beer all over my legs, and I was like, what is happening? We finally got into the living room. We still didn't have any drinks. We were asking people like left or right, like, where do you get the drinks? And they're like, downstairs. And I'm like, downstairs in the basement? Why? So we were gonna go down in the basement. Then we realized the basement was being hotboxed. So, and we couldn't really get down there because the stairs were just full of people like trying to go down, trying to come up. So we were like, fuck it, whatever, I don't even need it. So me and Meg were just chilling, trying to look for Sarah and Alyssa and Stephanie and all that. Once we did find them, all you hear is someone just say like, be like, stop talking, and someone was trying to quiet like everyone down. I don't know if it was someone that like owned the house or if it was just some guy that was at the party, but he was just like trying to tell everyone to be quiet. So, you know, me being me, this being my first college party, I was like, shit, okay, no, you got me, I'll be quiet. And then me and Meg look over to our left and we see flashing lights coming from like the door, like the window on the door, and we're like, are you serious? The cops are here. That ruined that party. When we were leaving, the cops were literally standing right at the door. But then so was like the guy that was running the party. So it was like the guy running the party and then like the cop right here. And it was like a frat house. So then all the other frat boys were on the deck, just kind of like standing there. And then on the ground was the, I guess, the owner of the house. And then the cop. So like as you were walking out, all the frat guys were like, sorry, we hope you enjoyed it, and like all this stuff. And then the cop, he didn't even care. He was just like, all right guys, have a good night. And then Sarah and Stephanie, Sarah said that she was like flirting with him, but I forget what she said. But it was so funny. She said something and then like he said it back or something. He was like the nicest cop ever, but I think he was like nice about it because he probably always breaks like college parties. So, you know, we were trying to find more parties, and of course they were either too lame or were shut down by cops. So we finally found this house. Let's call this the Orange House because this house was lit, okay? This house, Orange House, was like the Green House, but you could only stand outside. Like, no one was allowed inside unless they were like one of the frat guys, you know, like one of the people that actually lived in the house. So everyone had to be in the backyard, which I didn't mind. It was a really nice night. Like, it wasn't cold or hot. It was like nice. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. We went in, same thing. None of like Stephanie and Sarah and Alyssa, they didn't drink, only because Sarah and Alyssa don't, well, Alyssa was the one that drove us. Sarah never drinks, and Stephanie was like fighting with her boyfriend, so she didn't want to drink, I guess. Yet again, me and Meg trying to find the keg. That rhymed. I love it. You know, we were like asking people like, where's the keg? Where are the cups and stuff? So like, we finally found the keg guy. Now this is a story. Meg, shout out to you, girl, because this is where it gets interesting, if it hasn't already been interesting. We get to the keg guy. He's wasted. He is wasted. We're just like, hey, like, yeah, here's our cups, fill them up. And as he was like filling them up, we were like flirting, I guess. Meg mostly. It was mostly Meg. But like I was too, just because, you know, I just wanted to. But Meg was flirting because she wanted more beer, I guess. I don't know. So we were flirting with him. He was cute. Meg won't admit it, but he was pretty cute. So we kept like going back, just getting drinks, and we would like, if we would say something like a small, like a good, not even a pickup line, but just like a good something that we said to him, then we would like walk away and be like, that was good, and then go back and get more beer, and then like just keep talking to him. By the way, we did find out his name and his two friends that were sitting there too, and they all their names started with the same letter. So I'm gonna make their character names start with the same letter. So it was, oh god, let's say Nick, Noah, Nolan. Nick was the keg guy, okay? So that's all you need to worry about. Nick was the keg guy. And then his friends, Noah and Nolan, those are way too similar. Nolan was the one that was closer to me, and then Noah was like standing next to him. And they were like, yeah, do a keg stand, come on. And I was like, no, I'm not. So they just like kept like egging it on, like, do a keg stand, come on. Like, it wasn't like one of those movie scenes where everyone starts chanting like, keg stand, keg stand. It was just like them two and then freaking Nick. They're just like, yeah, come on, do a keg stand, it'll be fun. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. And Meg was like, no, like we were both just like, pass, sorry. We were like, why don't you guys do a keg stand? And they're like, nah, we already did one. I was like, well, we missed it, so let's do it again. So then, you know, after a while of actually flirting with we were mostly flirting with Nick, actually. The other guys were just kind of there. We were just like, also, Nolan and Noah kept calling me and Meg different names. Like, she was Emma, and I was like, Natalie or some shit. I don't even know. And I kept saying, I was like, Breann. They were wasted, so they were like, and I'm like, no, that's not it. It's Breann. But you do you. Call me Natalie. It sounds exactly like Breann. Go right ahead. What happened next was this kid, let's name him Ansel, alright? Ansel, this crazy guy who actually lives on Meg's floor. It's like literally her next door neighbor. Ansel was a little wasted there. So he was like a circle kind of formed around him, and he was just like in the center, and he was just like chugging beer, I guess. It actually got kind of sad because people started like not like their cups, but they started throwing like beer at him, and I was like, bruh, like what, calm down. So someone decides to throw a soccer ball from like the other side of Ansel. Like full speed, not even joking, probably like 90 miles an hour. I'm not even exaggerating. So I remember I was like this kind of, and I had my cup, and I like just looked over, and it flew and hit me in the shoulder. It didn't hurt, but flew, hit me in the shoulder, and then Meg was behind me, and I guess like Meg was just turning around or something, and it whacked her in the face. I think it was like her eye or something. She like screamed. She was like, are you fucking kidding me? And this guy like in front of her was like, oh shit. But she was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then she like stormed off. She literally left the party. She like left the backyard and stood out in the front yard. And like not even everyone, but this like black kid in front of us was like, whoa, do you see that? Did you see that, girl? And I was like, oh my god, Megan. Me and Stephanie actually, and then another girl went up to him. We were like, are you okay? Like, do you have a ride home? Like, you need to be safe. You can't just like get in the car and drive or whatever. He's just like, yeah. We were like, Ansel, come on, guy, come on, dude. So then we were like, whatever, the party's boring now. So then we left, and Meg was standing in the front yard with Alyssa and Sarah, but like me and Stephanie were still talking to Ansel. So me and Stephanie was like, come on, let's just go. And I was like, all right, I don't care, let's go. And then we left and got back in the car and got some Domino's, and it was good night. And then that same night is when I did this to my hair. So it was a good night. And it was pretty eventful for my first ever college party. And I just thought I would make a story time out of it because Meg did give me consent to actually tell this story. So I hope you enjoyed. If you want more story times, I guess I could tell more story times. Yeah, if you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, I just dabbed. And I'll see you in my next video whenever I post it. Bye!